Why would you want to encourage your children and grandchildren to exercise? Most people recognize this is a good idea, but in today's video, I want to discuss an article that shows that exercise is key to proper brain structure and cognitive and emotional health. My name is Dr. Brad Thackerell from Synergy Spoke. Now, if you're new to our channel, thanks for joining us. As you subscribe to our channel, it will help more people find us and get the evidence-based health education that will change and possibly even save their lives. So thank you for doing that. And also, thank you for giving this video a thumbs up. So let's get started on today's article. Now, the article was published in 2021, and it was from the journal called Neuroimage. The title of the article is Childhood Exercise Predicts Response Inhibition in Later Life via Changes in Brain Connectivity and Structure. The article states, our results suggest that participation in exercise during childhood positively predicts response inhibition later in life, and that this association can be moderated by changes in neuronal circuitry such as increased cortical thickness and efficiency and strengthened interhemispheric connectivity. Here's what I think is so cool about this data. Because a child's brain is still developing, when they exercise, it literally lays a foundation of a thicker cortex and improved communication between the right and the left hemispheres of the brain. This is an actual physical structural foundation, and as a result, the child will grow up to have better response inhibition later in life. What is response inhibition? Well, that refers to the ability to suppress or cancel an action that is inappropriate or interferes with goal-directed behavior. It involves controlling attention, behavior, thoughts, and emotions to override strong internal predispositions or external lures. Essentially, it's about withholding a natural, habitual, or impulsive response to choose a more appropriate action. It's kind of like Nacho. When he sees a person or another dog, he's literally lured into sometimes inappropriate behavior, in spite of what I want. We're still on training. So the article is very clear that exercise is not just for people that want to lose weight. Exercise is essential for proper brain development and health for our whole lives. This is one more example of how good habits that we can model and help create for our kids will significantly impact their physical and emotional health as they continue to grow, and what they do as a child will predict their behavioral health as an adult. Exercise, especially sports that require agility and coordination, are a very low-cost method of improving cognitive control regardless of age. And as we discussed, it literally makes the cortex thicker. One of the problems is that in our current school systems, there's a trend to remove PE. The research is clear that not only is this harmful academically, but it suggests that it will impair cognitive function and brain health later in life. Exercise is critically important for all of us for so many reasons, but it is especially important for our kids as their brains and nerve systems are still developing. I encourage you to be an advocate for exercise. If you're a parent or a grandparent, exercise with your children and grandchildren. Jump on the trampoline with them. Go swimming with them. You could even introduce them to the amazing sport of mountain biking, as I have with my grandson. If you make exercise fun for them, they will develop positive, lifelong habits. There's a lot more to this article that outlines how exercise is so vitally important for kids, but I want to keep this video simple and easy to understand. So if you want the deets, click on the link in the description below. I'm happy to share those with you. Synergy Spoke is a non-profit organization committed to bringing you evidence-based health information that will help you live a longer and better life. Now, if you haven't already, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel. And please give this video a thumbs up. More people will be able to find it that way. If you would like to stick around for a bit, you can see some short clips of today's mountain bike ride at the Fat Bike Trails in Mariposa in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. I want you to know that I appreciate you. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you have a wonderful and a very healthy day. So Nacho has gotten really good at waiting patiently in my truck as I get all my gear together and we're getting ready to ride. And as soon as we're ready to ride, he gets excited and he's ready to rock and roll. He sometimes runs ahead, but he does know what a stop sign means, and he will come back and make sure we're good to go. He runs to the side of me, but he's always watching me. He's ready to make sure that he gets on the right trail. Of course, when we're entering the Singer track, he will always just get on my wheel. Here we are in the Borderlands, and it's one of the main arroyos in the bottom. And it has a few different little features that make it a little bit more exciting, like that little drop. It's about 2.5 feet, and I think Nacho likes it even as much as I do. We take a short little break, and when we get back on the bike, we are ready to go. And as you can see, Nacho gets kind of excited. He's ready to go. Why can't we go already? Coming up here, there's another one of the little features that just make the Borderlands a little bit more exciting. Here we're entering into Lightning Alley. Lightning Alley is one of the small arroyos that leads from the Borderlands up to the top of the mesa. You can see there are some areas that are kind of skinny and challenging to get through. There's a choyo there on my right that if you're not careful, you can brush up against it and, well, you don't have as much comfort as you did before. The thing that I like about this trail is it is technically challenging, but it's also challenging because you have to always be on your guard. As you can see, it is lined, as many of the arroyos in Mariposa, they are lined with prickly pear cactus beds. Now, coming up here, there's a very special bed of prickly pear cactus. Now, I say special because in this bed of prickly pear, there was some unfortunate soul that had a little mishap. I won't mention any names, but let's just say they had a little bit of pain. And so there was a memorial built in honor of the cactus god. So frequently when I ride on this trail, I will stop and just give honor to those cactus gods so that hopefully one day I don't end up in the same position, having to pull a bunch of needles out. And you can see even Nacho thinks it's pretty sacred. Well, as I wrap up this video today, I just want to leave you with some words from the great Robert Plant. If you go down in the streets or the arroyos today, baby, you better open your eyes. Whoa, yeah, because you never know when there might be a bed of cactus just waiting for you. Hope you have a wonderful day.